Well, hello, Kevin here. I recently saw the movie Sully. I hope you've seen it. If you haven't, I'm going to talk a little about it. So this is your spoiler alert. Even though I was at a meeting the other night and a guy was talking about Sully. He was talking about the movie, and I don't know if he asked anybody if they'd seen it, but he gave away everything, including the ending and lines, and I thought, well, dude, there would be no reason to see it. It's like a living trailer. You know, you see those trailers and they kind of tell you the whole movie. It kind of felt like that. If I had not seen the movie, it had to have been there going la 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 la. Sully stars Tom Hanks, based on the true story of the captain that was flying the I think it was the U.S. Air flight that ended up having to ditch it into the Hudson because they lost both engines. Directed by Clint Eastwood. It is a phenomenal movie. Out of 5 stars, I'd give it 5. I'm a huge Tom Hanks fan. In fact, Saving Private Ryan is like my #1 movie of all time. But Tom Hanks just delivers a solid performance. But the thing about the movie that struck me, and I went with my daughter, is that, you know, he defied all the odds. He didn't follow protocol. He lands on the Hudson. They talk about they had basically 208 seconds to make the critical decision not to turn back to LaGuardia, but yet to land in the Hudson. And basically that decision saved the lives of 155 passengers, including him and his co-pilot and everyone. 155 people. But the irony and what the movie really deals with is a lot of what we didn't see that was covered in the news is just how the NTSB just drug him through the mud because he didn't follow protocol. He didn't do it the right way. Why didn't he turn back? There was another runway. Why did he do it? Why did he do it? They completely just overlooked the fact that he had saved 155 people. In fact, at one point in the movie, his co-pilot says, I think they would have been happier if we'd have crashed and everybody died. And it's sad, but you get that feeling. And it made me think of the story from Luke 13 of Jesus and the lady that was crippled, probably with arthritis. But it's in Luke 13. Jesus is in the synagogue, and it's on a Sabbath, and he's talking or teaching, but this lady who has been bent over, she can't even stand up straight for 18 years, is there. Jesus sees her. I think he has extreme compassion on her because he heals her. He notices her, he heals her. He touches her, she stands up straight. People are excited, except the head of the synagogue gets all wound up because you know why? He healed on the Sabbath. In fact, it says in there, he tells all the people, now this is the religious guy in the room, right? The expert. He says to everybody in there, look, there's 6 days a week that aren't the Sabbath. There's 6 days a week you can work. If you want to be healed, you come back on one of those days. Of course, now, what's great is that Jesus really gets him on that, because the irony is that, you know, a lot of the Pharisees and the religious people, they are doing some kind of work on the Sabbath. But here's what made me think of that. There's a miracle performed when Jesus heals this lady who's been crippled for 18 years. 18 years! I can't even imagine that. I mean, I've had a couple of times in my life back issues about a year or so ago, and man, it hurt like a dog. But you know, after several weeks and some physical therapy and stuff like that, I was fine. I even blew up my ACL years ago. Again, after surgery and physical therapy, I was fine. And by the way, I am a wuss when it comes to pain. 18 years this lady has been crippled, bent over. Jesus sees her, heals her. She's like praising God, but yet the religious authority goes, really? It's the Sabbath. If you want to be healed, come on another day. And that's what I was really thinking of as I was watching Sully. That, and again, it's a true story. He does what goes against all the protocol. You're not trained for it. He safely lands and saves 155 people. And the governing body gets all wound up that, well, he didn't follow protocol and he could have done it a different way. But yet, would the outcome have been the same? Who knows? They actually do some simulations and things in the movie, but you know, that's the thing about God. I mean, God will use unusual to prove his power, to show how amazing he is. And yet sometimes I think it's the people trying to do everything the right way that misses the little things that become the big miracles. Like in this lady's life. It's sad, isn't it, that the guy sees the same thing everybody else sees. That Jesus just healed somebody who'd been crippled for 18 years. And his first thought is, Jesus, you did it on a Sabbath and you're not supposed to. And then the irony is, if you want to be healed, come on one of these other days. I hope this encourages you. I mean, I think a lot of times in our lives, miracles happen, small and big. And do we see them, or did we get caught up in all the hows and the whys, and it didn't follow the right protocol, and we miss the fact that a miracle has happened, that God is working? I just thought that was kind of a cool correlation. Don't know what you think. Would love to hear your comments. Share this if you want, and subscribe too. So that's my thoughts on the drive-in. I'm K2. Peace out.